something wild just went down. Christian Combs, Diddy's son, reportedly fired shots at 50 Cent online. He didn't hold back, saying straight up that if he ever crosses paths with 50, he's going to slap him. But that's only the beginning. Things are getting darker. After 50's explosive new Netflix documentary dropped, fans believe multiple big names are allegedly trying to take him down. The level of tension in the industry right now is insane. And these aren't just random people. Some of the names tied to this mess are major players in music and Hollywood. This isn't your usual celebrity feud anymore. From what's surfacing online, 50 Cent is facing heat from multiple directions, and some of these people sound desperate to silence him. The question now is, why? What's got them so scared that they're allegedly willing to risk everything to stop this story from spreading? Let's backtrack a bit. 50 Cent's new documentary, Sean Combs, The Reckoning, just shattered records, pulling in over 21.8 million views in less than a week. That's right. It even beat Stranger Things on Netflix. And this isn't your standard gossip-style special. It's packed with never-before-seen footage, recorded phone calls, and interviews with people who've worked alongside Diddy for decades. People who are finally speaking out after staying quiet for years. No wonder some folks are panicking right now. 50 himself hasn't gone silent either. He's been posting non-stop on Instagram, calling people out without a filter. It's like he's daring anyone to challenge him. And to understand the full story, you've got to know what went into this project. 50 reportedly spent 2 whole years gathering footage and testimonies. 2 years. He got access to private conversations Diddy had right before his arrest, plus first-hand stories from former Bad Boy Records insiders. Some of these claims point to serious, dark allegations that might explain why certain people want this documentary to vanish.
All right, so I'm going to make it abundantly clear. I'm not here defending Diddy. I am here because I got dragged into this because somebody asked me a question and I had an opinion. Nobody's wrong for giving an opinion about any subject, period. I'm not here defending Diddy. Don't let the narrative fool you or get to you. Once again, somebody's creating narratives. This is my point. So please look at the whole clip that I did and then look what happens with the narrative. And that's what I'm telling you. Y'all people don't be sheep. Use your brain, freedom of thought, freedom of speech, and don't ever let nobody bully you. Never. Don't let nobody bully you. You got me? Love.
The documentary digs into everything. The wild parties, the shocking allegations, and even bold claims about what really happened to Tupac Shakur and the Notorious B.I.G. This isn't light content. It's deep, controversial. And now that millions have seen it, a lot of powerful names are reportedly panicking. Some celebrities are allegedly doing whatever it takes to bury it. Rumors say a few have even tried to pay off certain officials just to keep their own names from being dragged into anything connected to Diddy. But 50 Cent? He's not folding under the pressure. He's out here posting screenshots, calling people out by name, and showing everyone that he's not afraid to stand his ground. Every move he makes online keeps adding more fuel to this growing storm, and fans can't stop talking about it. Now let's break down who's supposedly trying to shut 50 down, and why. The biggest name stirring the pot is none other than Diddy's son, Christian Combs. Reports say Christian tweeted something wild saying, "If I ever see 50 Cent, I'll slap him." The internet exploded after that. It's hard to believe he thought he could threaten someone like 50 and just walk away from it. 50 Cent's response was cold and straight to the point. He fired back saying, "Little bro, first, close your mouth." That comeback went viral in minutes. And honestly, people couldn't help but laugh. Because what exactly was Christian planning to do? This is the same guy who allegedly tried to fight Ray J multiple times and couldn't land a single hit. 3 attempts, and not one connected. But here's the crazy part. Christian didn't stop at Twitter. Things only got messier from there. Things didn't just stop with Christian's tweet. He actually went and dropped a whole diss track aimed at 50 Cent. And get this, it wasn't even his first one. It was the second. In the track, he reportedly rapped, "50 Cent, why you so mad? You that bad? 'Cause you never got a chance to go shopping with my dad?" It sounds more like a joke than a real diss. You really can't make this stuff up. While Christian's out here making tracks that barely anyone's streaming, 50's over on Netflix breaking records with a global hit about Christian's own father. The contrast couldn't be wilder. 50 spent less time putting together his documentary than Christian spent trying to get people to care about his music. And yet, one's winning millions while the other's just struggling to trend. Here's where things get even more awkward. Christian even released a song named after his own mother, but that didn't boost his career either. The reception was flat, and fans online didn't hold back. Critics say the track lacked real substance, claiming he's leaning more on his last name than actual talent. The documentary even hinted that Diddy himself took years to finish writing a few bars, and that he often relied on others for inspiration, or even lyrics. So maybe the apple didn't fall far from the tree. And let's be honest, these kids grew up in total luxury. They've never worried about rent, bills, or waiting for a paycheck. They've lived their whole lives surrounded by fame and money, and it shows. They act untouchable, like they can say whatever they want just because their father once did the same. But every time they post, diss, or throw shade online, it's backfiring hard. Fans say each move just makes them look worse and fuels 50's momentum even more. It's like they don't realize that 50 Cent has already mastered the art of turning drama into domination. And now, things are getting even heavier because Diddy's twin daughters are catching serious backlash online, and the situation is getting ugly fast. Diddy's twin daughters recently spoke out, and their comments didn't sit well with the public at all. They told everyone to rise above the drama and to stop paying attention to what's going on. But a lot of people were stunned by that reaction. How could they ask others to just ignore everything when their own father has been caught in such serious allegations, some of it even captured on camera? Viewers were quick to call them out, saying it's completely tone-deaf to defend him after everything that's come to light. The backlash came in fast and hard. Within hours, their social media pages were flooded with angry comments, forcing them to eventually turn off their comment sections entirely. It got so intense that even fans who used to support the family started distancing themselves. Many felt that instead of encouraging healing or accountability, the twins were trying to protect their image and their father's reputation at any cost. And honestly, a lot of people couldn't sympathize with them. They pointed out that Diddy's actions have affected real people, individuals still living with emotional scars and trauma. To watch his daughters brush that off and tell survivors to move on just made everything worse. But there's one member of the family who's handled things very differently, Chance Combs. She's the only daughter who stayed silent through all of this chaos. Even when she spoke during her father's sentencing, she kept it calm, respectful, and mature. She didn't downplay what happened or turn it into a media moment. That kind of composure earned her quiet respect from the public. Meanwhile, the twins seem more focused on keeping their social life alive, attending Kardashian parties, posting glamorous photos, and acting like the world hasn't shifted around them. It's clear they're prioritizing status over sensitivity, and people are calling them out for it loud and clear. And just when the controversy couldn't get more unpredictable, actor and comedian Marlon Wayans decided to jump into the mix. On the Cruise show in Los Angeles, he openly defended Diddy, saying that 50 Cent was wrong for releasing the documentary because it was kicking a man while he's down. That statement shocked a lot of listeners. Then Wayans went even further, bringing up karma, saying 50 should be careful because what goes around comes around. His comments sparked major debate online, with some agreeing and others blasting him for defending someone accused of such serious actions. It's safe to say his defense didn't exactly land the way he hoped.
50 Cent put out this Diddy doc, and Marlon was asked about this Diddy doc on, what is this, 92.3, okay, in LA. And they asked him, did he watch it? And he said he was diddied out. Let that, pretty much saying, yo, that man is already doing time. And he said 50 Cent got to be careful because, you know, he gonna get his karma. Something to that effect. What you got to say about that?
Niggas don't know what karma is. That's the word that they try to use. That's the word that they try to use to say that the same thing that happened to him could happen to you. So that ain't what karma is. Karma comes from the Egyptian metaphysical world that they talking about, that if you do something wrong, it may not come back to you. It may come back to somebody in your family lineage. It may not happen to you, but it may happen to somebody in your family. That's what karma is, bro. So when people be speaking of karma, you got motherfuckers like Diddy that do shit all the time, but shit don't never happen to them.
Marlon Wayans didn't just defend Diddy, he doubled down. During his radio appearance, he said Diddy just needs time to sit with God and have a conversation instead of being destroyed publicly. That statement instantly set social media on fire. People were asking, Marlon, why are you this pressed about Diddy? Because let's be real, no one asked him to jump into the middle of this mess. His sudden urge to protect Diddy made a lot of people suspicious. Some even started wondering if there's more to his loyalty than meets the eye. And of course, 50 Cent wasn't about to stay quiet. He clapped back immediately, classic 50 style, by hopping on Instagram and posting a throwback picture of Marlon dressed in full drag from his movie White Chicks. His caption was savage. "This fool trying to come at me? LOL? Nah. AI, that's your vibe, boy. Keep my name out your mouth." The post exploded instantly, with thousands of comments pouring in. 50 made it crystal clear that he wasn't taking any disrespect, especially not from someone defending Diddy. But Marlon didn't back down either. He fired back once again, warning 50 about karma, saying that if 50's luck turns on him, he'd regret exposing all of this. Then, Marlon tried to flip the script even harder on Instagram, going after 50's appearance. He joked that 50 looked ugly in a suit, said his buttons were fighting for their lives, and called him fat buff, rocking an Easter suit with a Halloween face. The internet couldn't believe how petty it had gotten. To top it off, Marlon posted an old picture of 50 Cent and Diddy chilling together in a pool, like he was trying to prove something big. But fans weren't buying it. They just saw it as another weak attempt to shift the focus. Now everyone's asking the same thing. Why is Marlon Wayans so defensive about Diddy? What's really behind his energy in this fight? Even Charlemagne the God called out the double standard, pointing out that when anyone else gets accused of wrongdoing, Hollywood rushes to condemn them. But when it's Diddy, suddenly people start preaching about forgiveness. The hypocrisy has never been louder. Charlemagne the God didn't hold back when he pointed out a major double standard. He said, when TMZ made a Diddy documentary, nobody said a word. When Hulu dropped theirs, silence. When Peacock released one, still nothing. But now that 50 Cent, a black producer, puts one out, suddenly everybody's preaching about karma and saying he's kicking a man while he's down. That statement hit hard. The energy shift definitely felt suspicious, real suspicious. But what happened next got even stranger. Fans who binge-watched all 4 episodes of Sean Combs, The Reckoning, started noticing something major. Jay-Z was completely missing. Not a single mention, not one photo, not even a brief clip of him standing next to Diddy at an event. That's beyond strange, especially considering how deep their connection ran in hip-hop history. Jay-Z and Diddy weren't just casual acquaintances, they dominated the industry together. They were seen at the biggest parties, business meetings, and music events for years. There are literally hundreds of pictures of the two of them side by side. So why did 50 Cent's documentary act like Jay-Z never existed in that chapter of music history? That's the question blowing up online right now. One TikTok user summed it up perfectly, saying, "Where is Jay-Z? I just finished the whole documentary, and there's not a single picture, not one mention, not even one clip with him in it." And honestly, that's a fair point. People are now wondering if there's more behind the scenes than anyone realizes. Some are even asking if 50 Cent made a deal with the Carters to leave Jay-Z and Beyoncé out of the project entirely. It sounds wild, but considering how many recent allegations have linked Jay-Z and Diddy in the same circles, it's a valid question. The internet's already buzzing with theories, trying to figure out whether this was a strategic move or something deeper. Whatever the reason, that missing piece only makes this story even more mysterious. And it's got fans rewatching the entire series just to catch any tiny clue that might explain Jay-Z's total disappearance. Now, it's got everyone talking, because Jay-Z has completely vanished from the entire story. Fans are convinced there's more to it than coincidence. The biggest theory floating around is that 50 Cent might have made a quiet deal with Jay-Z and Beyoncé. Some believe Jay could have offered 50 some kind of behind-the-scenes help or information, and in return, 50 agreed to leave him out of the documentary completely. And honestly, that theory doesn't sound far-fetched. There's simply no way to tell Diddy's full story without mentioning Jay-Z. It's impossible. Their history in the music industry is too deeply connected. The two built empires side by side, partied together, and dominated hip-hop for decades. Even Jaguar Wright pointed it out. She said it's real suspicious that there's no mention of Jay-Z or Stevie J anywhere in the series. She found it strange that two men who played such visible roles in Diddy's world somehow got completely erased from the narrative. Something definitely isn't adding up here.
And, it seems like Diddy's just out there to take, everyone's girl, it seems like. If you got her, I want her.
Yeah, Jack, let me ask you, in episode 3, we get to the Kim Porter story and, of course, introduce Cassie. What are your thoughts as far as how they portrayed Kim Porter with this Reckoning documentary?
They didn't portray her at all. That's the thing. They didn't portray her at all. She was spoken for by Kalima. That was interesting to watch. You don't think? Kalima's testimony? She was probably the most pitiful witness they brought up to speak about all of this in the entire thing. Kalima?
Wait, why you say that? She was emotional. She was
emotional? That's what you call it?
That's what I'm trying to call it.
Capricorn Clark was emotional. I'll give her emotion. I'm sitting there looking at someone, in my opinion, who appears to be struggling with a substance issue, trying not to fall apart on camera. Meanwhile, nobody paying attention to the fact that she's sitting there afraid to really say anything at all because she's in the middle of a custody battle and she's trying to get her kids back. And she's got to be careful of whatever she says because it could make it impossible for her to get her kids back. Did nobody pay attention to that?
Yeah, no, she said she wanted $5K from Diddy.
She wanted $5K from her former bandmate and a billionaire. And he wouldn't even give her $5K to help her get her kids back? Why not? But then again, nobody's talking about who her husband is and who her husband is to Diddy. He's one of Diddy's #1 minions.
Oh yeah, no, that's news.
He's a loyalist. He is a Diddy do-wop-bop. Kalima's also bisexual, so I'm finding it kind of interesting that she didn't see anything, she wasn't around anything.
Jaguar, Wright has been saying it for a while now. Certain powerful people somehow manage to erase themselves from Diddy's story. And she wants answers. How does something like that even happen? Is Jay-Z really influential enough to vanish from such a huge piece of music history? What kind of strings did he pull behind the scenes to make that possible? Nobody seems to have clear answers, but it's definitely raising eyebrows. And while everyone's focused on who disappeared, there's another name people can't ignore: Jennifer Lopez. Her silence through all of this is deafening. Fans are starting to bring up her connection to one of the most infamous incidents from the early 2000s, the New York nightclub shooting that changed everything. J-Lo was reportedly there that night, and according to past reports, a woman named Natanya Rubin was hit in the face and still carries bullet fragments in her skin to this day. That old case is being re-examined in a whole new light now that Diddy's name is back in the headlines.
All Jennifer Lopez had to do was marry a white boy, Oscar winner, for people to stop remembering that she had a gun in her pocketbook. She had gunshot residue on her hands the night that Natanya was shot at that club. For all we know, that bullet came from the gun that was in her hand. And not once has she spoken up for the betterment of that woman. Not once has she donated to her family or for her medical bills that she's still paying, or say something in her defense to stop Puffy from gaslighting her and trying to put hits out on her because he was afraid that maybe one day they would open the case and she still has the bullet fragments in her face. Like J-Lo has said, nothing. You really thought that just running off and marrying Ben Affleck was going to take you out of the Diddy downfall? But it saved her the first time though, didn't it? Because as soon as that club was over and as soon as they finished interrogating her, when she sat there and cried like a baby, I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to go to jail. Benny Medina put her with that drunk white boy until she ran him off. Like, there are people sitting here screaming out at the toll that the atrocities that Sean Combs has done to their lives, and you're trying to avoid your part in the story or the fact that you never spoke up. You want to tell people on the low and put it out there that the movie Was Enough was about you getting away from Puffy, but you didn't think about the trail of girls that you left behind. What happens to Cassie if J-Lo had said something? The diddler back then. Would Cassie have ever been a victim? Answer me that. Because that situation happened in the late 90s. That situation happened before Aaliyah passed away, and Aaliyah passed away in 2001. He didn't get with Cassie until 2009, 15 years after he was with Jennifer. And she had to come forward about the abuse that she suffered in a relationship with Sean Combs. Cassie would never have gone through what she's gone through. J-Lo being a stand bitch is Cassie not getting punted in a fucking hallway.
And here's where things get even colder. Jennifer Lopez has never said a single word to support Natanya Rubin, the woman who was shot in that nightclub years ago. Not one statement, not one donation, not even a moment of public acknowledgement. Nothing. People online have been pointing out that J-Lo never spoke up for the victim, even when Diddy allegedly tried to gaslight Natanya and shift the blame onto her. It's heartbreaking and infuriating at the same time. And what did J-Lo do after all that chaos? She walked away from the entire situation, got with Ben Affleck, and seemed to rebuild her image as if none of it ever happened. Fans say it looked like she was trying to erase her connection to Diddy completely. Like that chapter of her life could just be wiped away by a Hollywood romance. But the past doesn't stay buried forever. Here's what really stings. If J-Lo had spoken up back in the late 90s about what she allegedly went through, maybe Cassie Ventura and others wouldn't have suffered the same kind of pain later. If she had come forward and told the truth back then, maybe things would have turned out very differently for a lot of women connected to Diddy. Instead, she stayed quiet, reinvented herself, and distanced from the chaos, leaving behind unanswered questions and a trail of silence that still hurts people today. That's cold, real cold. Meanwhile, Diddy's legal team wasn't about to just sit back while 50 Cent's documentary took over Netflix. The moment it dropped, they went on the offensive. Reports say his lawyers immediately sent Netflix a cease and desist letter, labeling the series a shameful hit piece. They claimed it included stolen footage and confidential clips that were never meant to see the light of day. The timing of that legal move only fueled the conversation further, because if there was nothing to hide, why move so fast to shut it down? Diddy's legal team is coming hard at Netflix and 50 Cent, claiming they broke the law by using private footage without permission, and they're threatening to sue for millions. But here's where it gets wild, because the story behind that footage is almost unbelievable. According to reports, the videos came from a videographer Diddy himself hired. That's right, he literally paid someone to follow him around and film everything during the days leading up to his arrest. Diddy apparently thought he'd walk away from the charges and turn the footage into his own I'm Innocent documentary. But instead, the footage slipped right out of his control and somehow ended up in 50 Cent's hands. Now, it's streaming on Netflix for over 21.8 million people to see. Talk about karma coming full circle. Diddy basically filmed his own downfall. And here's the kicker. Those recordings include conversations between Diddy and his own lawyers. Normally, that kind of content would be protected by attorney-client privilege. But once you record those talks, that protection disappears. That means anyone who gets hold of it can technically buy, sell, or share it. And that's exactly what seems to have happened. Sources say Netflix paid a huge amount to secure those clips, and now they're the centerpiece of the entire documentary. In the recordings, you can reportedly hear Diddy talking to his lawyer, stressing over how badly he's losing the public narrative. He complains about how the media is turning against him, and you can hear him plotting ways to spin the story in his favor. But instead of saving him, that same footage ended up exposing him, making him look more concerned about reputation than responsibility. It shows him strategizing on how to sway jurors instead of focusing on the people who were hurt. It's bad, real bad. And now, there's even more heat, because an old Ellen DeGeneres interview clip featuring Diddy has started resurfacing online, and viewers are rewatching it with a whole new perspective. Back then, it just seemed like harmless TV banter. But knowing what we know now, those awkward jokes and uncomfortable moments on that stage hit completely different. The internet can't stop dissecting every second of it.
Women who talk baby talk in bed. Really?
It's not how you play the game.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a turn on, somebody talking baby talk to you.
No, it's just talking. Talking dirty.
No, baby talk.
Baby talk is in the category of talking dirty.
Is it a baby?
Let me explain something to you. There's no rules in talking dirty. There's no rules in talking dirty. I don't want to be with a baby. That's not my thing. I want her to talk baby talk.
Ever since The Reckoning hit Netflix, Ellen DeGeneres has been keeping an unusually low profile, and people are starting to question why. Fans online are asking, what does Ellen really know about Diddy's infamous parties? Why has she suddenly gone quiet while everyone else is scrambling to respond? The timing feels way too perfect, and the internet is convinced that she's staying silent for a reason. The connection between her and Diddy might be deeper than people realized. And now, folks are digging up every old clip of them together. But she's not the only one catching attention. Kevin Hart has been pulled into the mix too. A resurfaced video shows him partying with Diddy at one of those exclusive events, and 50 Cent wasted no time sharing it on Instagram. His caption, He claimed Kevin looked nervous about what the documentary might reveal. That post went viral instantly. Fans started wondering if 50 was hinting at something bigger. The tension between comedy, fame, and scandal just got a whole lot thicker.
You got more fucking dye in that beard than Diddy wears.
All right, that's enough.
And I know.
That's enough.
But I seen him. He shows me behind the curtain.
That's a fucking enough. All right, I'm gonna edit. I'm gonna edit this out.
But still,
Put a fucking.
put a note on it. You can edit that one. I don't.
There's a resurfaced clip that's got everyone talking. It shows Mark Wahlberg cracking a joke about Diddy while Kevin Hart is sitting right next to him, and you can literally see Kevin tense up. His smile fades for a second, and his body language screams discomfort. It's like the moment that joke dropped, he started wondering, what else is about to come out? The clip gets even more awkward when Kevin starts nervously asking for parts of the conversation to be edited out, practically begging them not to air certain moments. And honestly, that just raises the question, if there's nothing to hide, why look so worried, Kevin? But he's not the only one acting strange lately. Russell Simmons has been dropping cryptic posts all the way from Bali, talking about how people are trying to tear down black icons. The internet quickly connected the dots. He's clearly talking about this documentary. But that message didn't exactly land well, because people were quick to remind everyone why Russell's in Bali in the first place. Bali doesn't have an extradition treaty with the United States, which means he can't be forced to return and face the serious allegations that have followed him for years. So while he's preaching online about unity and forgiveness, many see it as a deflection, a way to distract from his own controversies. Even Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, weighed in on this situation long before the documentary dropped. He bluntly said, "Russell Simmons belongs in jail just like Diddy. And now that all this new evidence and footage is out, that statement is hitting harder than ever."
Some dudes belong in jail based on what they do and how they do it. We know that to be true. And it's just this situation, man, when they get down to all the facts and all what happened, he may belong in jail, bruh. And that's not my doing. That's not Cassie doing. That's his doing and his learned behavior from the people that mentored him. You gotta realize, man, he learned from Andre Harrell. He learned from Russell Simmons. He learned from Clyde Davis. You understand? When those people are telling you that they were heavy into the drugs, they was heavy into beating women and doing things at that age, at that crazy stage, that's gonna make him think that he could get away with the same thing that they was getting away with back then. You understand? The things that he was saying, you know, the touchy-feely between two men and all that stuff like that, man. All that, he learned that from them dudes. When I told y'all the story, when me and my man went up to Russell Simmons and he had a house and he had a man in bikini drawers in his bedroom, in his bed. You understand? Bruh, this is that he learned. I'm assuming he learned it from them. Let me put that. And I'm not gonna say alleged because I saw that for my own self. My man was with me, Slick was with me, and we saw that for our own self. You understand what I'm saying? So these are behaviors and things that with drugs and all the stuff that's going on, pills, drinking, it can make this man into a monster, and that's what it did, bro. It made him into a monster, bro. What's happening to him now is one of the greatest tragedies that we're gonna ever read about, bro. This is going to be one of the greatest tragedies that Shakespeare couldn't write in Richard. He couldn't write it in Macbeth. He couldn't write this shit in Romeo and Juliet. This is going to be one of the greatest tragedies of hip-hop, along with Pac's death, along with Big's death. And he brought it on himself.
Gene Deal didn't hold back when he broke down where Diddy's toxic behavior came from. He claimed Diddy learned it straight from industry veterans like Russell Simmons and Clive Davis, powerful figures who, according to Gene, showed him that fame and money could make him untouchable. And the scary part? There's evidence that supports what Gene's been saying. At least 18 women have publicly come forward with serious allegations against Russell Simmons. To make things worse, when Russell was 35 years old, he began dating Kimora Lee Simmons, who was reportedly just 16 at the time and still in high school. That revelation continues to shock people to this day. It's beyond disturbing. There was even supposed to be an HBO documentary diving deep into these allegations. But when the project started gaining traction, Russell allegedly pressured Oprah Winfrey, who was producing it at the time, to back away. And believe it or not, Oprah actually stepped down after that pressure. That's how much power he still held in Hollywood. But the story didn't end there. The documentary eventually did come out under the title On the Record, and it shares the voices and experiences of those women directly. It's still streaming today, for anyone who wants to understand the depth of what went on behind the scenes. After the allegations went public, Russell immediately left the country and has been living in Bali ever since, a place known for having no extradition treaty with the US. Many believe he ran there to avoid facing accountability, and he's been hiding behind spiritual posts and vague statements ever since. Meanwhile, Stevie J, one of Diddy's longtime allies, continues to defend him loudly. Reports say Stevie was actually inside Diddy's Miami mansion during one of the federal raids, and afterward, he came out saying the accusations were completely false, and that Diddy never broke the law. But that wasn't all. Stevie even went after 50 Cent, calling him an Uncle Tom and accusing him of betraying his own people. The industry lines are being drawn and loyalties are getting tested in real time. Stevie J didn't just talk. He took things to another level. After 50 Cent's documentary started blowing up, Stevie actually challenged 50 to a fight. He said, "I'm calling you out, Curtis. What you want to do?" The internet went wild when they saw that. But 50's response, classic. He clapped back with a post that said, "Diddy's boyfriend called me a sellout. He's correct. I'm selling out Branson Cognac." That comeback was pure gold, and fans couldn't stop laughing. But 50 didn't stop there. He posted a screenshot of a headline mentioning Stevie J's name being brought up in Rodney Lil Rod Jones's lawsuit with the caption, "Whoa, say it ain't so, Stevie J. This is a mess." The comment section exploded. People were shocked, others were cracking jokes, and Stevie just kept digging himself deeper. Stevie fired back again saying, "Since it's entertainment, let me beat you on TV or something, don't duck that." He was clearly trying to turn it into a show, but 50 laughed it off like it was nothing. He replied, "Good luck getting past security, short." At that point, it wasn't even beef anymore. It was straight comedy. Then out of nowhere, Floyd Mayweather jumped into the conversation, and what he said left everyone stunned. During an interview, no one even asked him about Diddy, yet he suddenly brought the topic up himself. Floyd said, "I'm not going to speak bad about P. Diddy because he's still a black man. Mistakes happen." But then he took it further, and this part made people's jaws drop. Floyd said, "Even if that happened to my daughter, I'd be hurt. But that's a choice my daughter made." The reaction online was immediate. What did he just say? Fans couldn't believe he was defending Diddy like that, especially with a comment that sounded that insensitive. Of course, 50 Cent didn't let that one slide either. He jumped straight online and said, "They didn't even ask him about this. Champ, is you stupid or is you dumb? Get out of your head, you sound like a hater." That line went viral instantly, and because 50's known for his ruthless sense of humor, he took the trolling up a notch. He reminded everyone of that old feud between him and Floyd, where he once offered $750,000 to charity if Floyd could read just one full page from a Harry Potter book. When Floyd said he'd do it, 50 switched it up and told him to read from The Cat in the Hat instead, saying it had easier words. Fans were crying, laughing all over again. At this point, the feud isn't just about Diddy anymore. It's turning into one of the wildest celebrity back and forths the internet's seen in years. It's messy, it's petty, but it's also absolutely hilarious. Ray J has been giving some of the strangest interviews lately, all in defense of Diddy. He keeps calling Diddy his mentor and close friend, and insists that Diddy should be cleared of all charges because, in his words, everything that happened was consensual between adults. But that's not where the weirdness ends. Ray J then claimed he doesn't even understand what those so-called freak-off parties are, saying he's never seen anything like that and doesn't even know what the term means. At one point, he started rambling about baby oil, seriously, and questioning why people were joking about it online. He said, "Is it okay that everyone's joking about baby oil? What kind of message is that sending?" The interview went off the rails fast. Of course, 50 Cent jumped in with his trademark humor, posting on Instagram, "Oh my God, WTF is Ray J doing? Dude is really going crazy out here." The post blew up instantly because 50's reaction perfectly matched what everyone else was thinking. But Ray didn't stop there. He got even stranger. In another interview, he started talking about turning cheek to cheek, but somehow turned it into a bizarre comment about butt cheeks. It left everyone confused, and honestly, a little concerned. 50 couldn't resist roasting him again, posting, "Oh, now I see why they was gonna pack Ray J out. He wildin', bro. I'ma hit Ray and tell him chill." Fans were cracking up, saying it felt like Ray J was spiraling live on camera. But not everyone's been this loud. While Ray J's been all over the place defending Diddy, Rick Ross has stayed completely silent, just like Jay-Z. And you already know 50 Cent wasn't going to let that slide. He pulled up an old set of Rick Ross's lyrics from a 2013 track where Ross said some seriously questionable stuff, the kind that caused him to lose his Reebok endorsement back in the day. 50 posted a photo of Rick Ross and Diddy together, along with those lyrics, and wrote, "At some point, you just gotta do the right thing." That post hit hard because it reminded everyone that Ross and Diddy have been tight for years, and that some of the behavior people are calling out now has been hiding in plain sight all along. Between Ray J's chaotic defenses and 50's relentless receipts, the internet can't look away. Every post keeps the fire burning hotter. Rick Ross's silence right now says everything. Sometimes saying nothing speaks louder than a full statement, and that's exactly what's happening here. So let's lay it all out. We've got Christian Combs threatening to slap 50 Cent on sight, the Combs twins telling victims to rise above it, and Marlon Wayans jumping into a full-blown feud just to defend Diddy. Then there's Jay-Z, who's mysteriously missing from the entire documentary, and Jennifer Lopez, who's kept completely quiet about that old club shooting that's back in the headlines again. Meanwhile, Diddy's lawyers are trying to sue Netflix, Ellen DeGeneres is staying silent, and Kevin Hart is looking visibly nervous in resurfaced clips. Russell Simmons is still posting from Bali. Stevie J tried to challenge 50 to a fight. Floyd Mayweather made bizarre comments no one asked for. And Ray J is out here doing some of the most confusing interviews ever. And now, Rick Ross is sitting in silence while the whole industry shakes. At this point, the pattern's impossible to ignore. Anyone defending Diddy or pretending not to see what's happening is getting exposed. And 50 Cent's not holding back. Whether you love him or hate him, he's pulling receipts, dropping names, and putting the entire entertainment world on notice. While the entertainment world tries to catch its breath, 50 Cent is showing no signs of slowing down. In fact, he's just ramping things up with talk of expanding his explosive project, Sean Combs, the reckoning into a multi-part investigation. And here's the wild part. It might not stop with Diddy. Sources close to the production say 50's team has already started gathering information on other powerful figures who allegedly played a role in covering up or protecting bad behavior in the music industry. He's calling it cleaning house. And people in the business are nervous. It's not just rumors either. Several insiders who appeared in the first documentary have reportedly agreed to return for follow-up interviews, and they're ready to share even more shocking details that didn't make it into the original cut. Some of the footage being mentioned includes unseen conversations from former Bad Boy Records staff, along with new statements from people who worked closely with Diddy during his most controversial years. And 50 isn't just stopping at Netflix. He's been hinting on social media that Hulu and Amazon Prime have both shown interest in future projects exposing deeper layers of corruption, abuse, and power plays within the entertainment industry. One insider even claimed 50 is already in early talks about a series exploring the dark side of the early 2000s hip-hop scene, focusing on how fame and money created a system of silence. Meanwhile, Diddy's legal team is still fighting back. Reports say they've filed additional complaints and are pushing to block future releases that use any unreleased footage or sensitive material. But according to legal experts, 50 Cent's production company has done its homework. They've secured rights to most of the footage through third-party agreements, making it hard for Diddy's lawyers to stop what's coming next. The tension right now is sky high. Fans are demanding more. Celebrities are scrambling to protect their images, and 50 Cent seems to be enjoying every second of it. He's not just exposing one man, he's pulling the curtain back on an entire system that's been untouchable for decades. And if what insiders are saying is true, the next chapter might shake the music industry even harder than the first. If you thought this story was wild, just wait until you see what's next. The next video goes even deeper, pulling back the curtain on a completely different side of fame and power. We're talking about people you'd never expect to be connected to scandals this shocking. So click the video right here, dive into the next story, and tell us what you think once you've seen it. But before you go, we want to know, after everything that's come out, do you think 50 Cent is doing the right thing by exposing all these industry secrets? Or do you believe some of these people are being unfairly dragged into the spotlight? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's see where everyone stands, because this conversation is far from over.